So what is it that if a man truly knew what a woman wanted, they would have a happier, healthier relationship?
It's difficult because it all depends on if you've chosen a woman who's healed and not so chaotic. Essentially what they want is to be protected in a way that nobody else can. And what I mean by protected, it can be financial, emotional, whatever it is. But it's a way, if I'm protecting my woman emotionally, I'm not engaging in behaviors that will humiliate or hurt her. If I'm protecting her financially, it means I'm giving her my best. Doesn't mean I'm giving her everything, but the best I can do. If I'm a taxi driver, I'm, covering what I can cover. But if I'm somebody who's frugal with her, she will always feel like she's more powerful than you. And whenever she feels like he's not protecting, she feels more powerful, and then she becomes disrespectful. But when she has a man that's protective of her, both her safety, her emotions, and finances, she then allows him to take control. And whenever we feel more powerful than a man, we feel unsafe. And that unsafety makes us disrespect him and then look for other men.
Wow.
It's almost evolved. So therefore, if it can protect us in those ways, we remain feeling safe. So it's essential.
So what's the number one thing that makes women feel unsafe from the man they're with?
I would say that showing a complete disregard for her emotional well-being. And that doesn't have to be sleeping. It doesn't have to go that far to sleeping with other women. It might be as simple as not replying to her messages or, behaving online, like liking it. I know it sounds so bizarre, but you'll be so surprised at how unsafe a woman can feel simply by watching whose pictures he's liking and commenting and saving. It's such a simple thing from a man. But from a woman's perspective, it almost ignites her fight or flight response. Is that weird to a man? Does it more for insecure women?
I think to a conscious man, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That you're like, okay, would I like her doing this? Maybe you wouldn't, but maybe it wouldn't matter. Like, for me, it doesn't really matter what she does. To be honest.
Because you've established that trust.
Yeah, and if we haven't created an agreement on something, then she's gonna do what she wants to do, and then I would just acknowledge and say, hey, I don't really like this. Can we make an agreement on this?
Yeah.
And we'll figure out what that is. And then cool, we've created a new dynamic, right? But I also just feel confident with who I am.
Yeah.
And so if she's off doing something, which she never has, and I don't think she would ever do it, but if she's off doing something, and I would find out it eventually, and I'd say, okay, well, that's unfortunate, but I guess this isn't the right fit, or we need to figure out how to mend this.
Yeah.
Or I'll be okay. If you want to go live this life, that's fine.
So
it's just not going to be with me. You know, it's like, all right, it's sad, it's unfortunate,
that's a healthy way to see it, because a lot of people think addiction is a testament to how much you love someone. The fact that you can't let them go must mean you really love them. But actually it means that you haven't established healthy boundaries and you don't have any self-esteem.
But there's also probably like certain things that Martha may want to do that I wouldn't do myself. And maybe it's not like the highest value that I would have, or with my time or my energy or whatever, but it's who she is. It's unique to her. So I'm going to accept her for who she is. And I've chosen to accept her. That's why when I got committed to her, right before we committed, I said, listen, is there anything else I need to know about you? Because I felt like I asked her as much as I could in a few months period, right? And I got to meet her family and travel and do all these things you get to experience together that could cause upset or different things come out. So I feel like I got to know at least a good amount in a short period of time. I said to her, as long as this is who you are and who you're going to continue to be, there's nothing that upsets me.
Oh, there's no deal breakers.
Well, I was just like, I'm going to accept who you are. Where there's some men that are like, okay, you were a model or whatever. You did something and now I don't want you to do that anymore. Yeah. Now that we're together, you can't do this thing anymore. Yeah. Like Martha's an actress. So she's done, 40 different movies. She's kissed men in movies. She's done the different intimate scenes. I know that. And therefore, I had to ask myself, do I accept this if she continues being who she is?
Yeah, exactly.
And I had to say, okay, I'm okay with that. As opposed to, you can't do this anymore. You have to change to fit into my world.
But that's the difference between insecure and boundaries. Because here's the thing, a lot of men, they'll say, no, I'm not being insecure, I'm just setting boundaries. But you are being insecure, because here's the difference between insecure and boundaries. It's a secure man will see what you have to offer, like read the menu and decide if he will stay or leave.
Exactly.
An insecure man will say, you need to do this, you need to do this, rather than just saying, you are who you are, I'm going to have to leave.
You're not right for me.
You're not right for me.
Why do we try to change people from who they are to fit our world?
Because we're too insecure to walk away.
Wow.
Yeah. When we develop the willingness to walk away, we actually love people for who they are. You know what? You're always out in the club all day, every day. You actually like that you're really lively and extrovert, but it doesn't work for me. But when I'm insecure, it's like, please be something else, because I can't walk away from this. I can't find anybody else. So I'm always holding them by the throat, begging them to be a better person, because I don't have the strength to know when to walk away.
Wow.
So that's when we force
I've been
people.
both of those in the past.
I've been, yeah. And it's so much nicer when you can become the person that just says, it's okay, you be you.
We don't need to be together.
It's okay. And there's other humans in the world.
Exactly.
So you can keep it moving. And that's what the boundary is between secure and insecure, man or woman. Yeah, and waiting for them to change is just waiting for the divorce.
Women think that a man will change in the future. Like, he's got so much potential. He's so great here and here. And I love his family so much. They've welcomed me in. But there's these 2 or 3 things that I just, maybe one day he'll change.
Yeah.
What typically happens in that relationship?
They've fallen in love with their imagination. And when reality strikes, and unfortunately reality strikes, at some point reality strikes when we fall in love with our imagination, which we're very capable of doing, particularly if we've been traumatized. One thing with traumatized people is that their imagination and reality can get blurred. When we fall in love with our imagination, unfortunately, life will keep testing you, and reality testing will keep occurring until you're forced to face the person they truly are. And it's usually kids or 10 years later or something like that. And then they'll say, they'll act like these, I didn't know he was like this. He came out of nowhere. How can he's like this? But really, they showed you who they were from day one. They always showed you. You fell in love with your imagination, and now you're angry that your imagination is not reality-based. So unfortunately, it doesn't end well. It's better to just accept the person for who they are, flaws and all, than to live in the illusion that they're going to change.
Before you marry and get committed at that level.
Absolutely.
What is... From the women that I've talked to who have been married and divorced, I always like to ask this question.
Yeah.
Did you know before you got married that it probably wasn't the right person? Like somewhere inside you knew, or maybe you actually knew, but you just were too far along and you went through with it, thinking you would change.
Yeah.
Probably 95% of them said, yes, I knew. I knew the day I got married. I knew the week before. I knew afterwards, but I tried to make it work anyways.
Yeah.
ASAP New Yorkers named Sadia Khan.
When I hear Sadia speak, she really speaks to my heart and soul, and I would love to see her again.